machine. Carson Macedo, the Australian one. It rolls to the infield. Keeping an eye on the Australia one, folks. And if it does fire, I want the biggest cheer. He pops it into gear. It's still on the front of the push car. Oh, this is a sensation, Trev. It will not fire. It will not leave the front of the push car.
This cannot happen.
He pulls it to the infield. Oh my goodness me, the Australian title holder, Carson Macedo. Again, Michael Hardis. They put the spotties on it. John Kelly's told the guys to pack and stack.
Here we go.
Keeping an eye on the Australia one. Does it fire? It's still on the front of the push car. It will not leave. The Australia one, the Californian. Carson Macedo will pull the car to the infield. Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian title holder is out.
It is done.
Wave those phones around, folks, 4 wide. Thank you very much for coming out the last 2 nights. We are set to go. I'm Steve McCulloch, Trevor Petts on the infield. We have thoroughly enjoyed this one. 40 laps, we will crown a brand new Australian champion. Will it be Nathan Smee, the Archerfield specialist, or will it be the young gun from the North Coast, Rusty Whittaker? Matty Smith tucked in behind them. It is Sensation Plus, 40 laps, the journey. Brisbane, hold your breath, let's pull the trigger. We go racing as Smee leads across the stripe. Rusty Whittaker up the top side. Kendall looking quick in the Toyota. Falls back in behind. Slips back underneath Rusty Whittaker, and it's a great battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. At the stripe, everybody gets around for the first lap. Nathan Smee, Matty Smith. Kendall slide job on Whittaker. Gets into the side of the 35 machine, and it is Michael Stewart that ends up coming undone, Trev.
Oh, Michael Stewart. Innocent bystander in that whole ordeal, and he will go to the back of the bus.
There it is again on screen for Speedway Australia. Stewart nowhere to go. Mills pops out around the outside, and Kendall drives away.
Whittaker's down on the bike track. What's the story there?
Yeah, he's moving the front wheels around. He did have a big coming together with the 35 machine, and he pulls it up on the exit of 4. Just wants the crash crew to make sure, have a look at the front end. Stewart climbs out, a very dejected young man, and Rusty Whittaker is out as well.
You are kidding.
The front row is gone. Carson Macedo out before the race even started. They're trying to refire the Australia one. It will not go. The 58 machine of Rusty Whittaker pulls to the infield. Disappointment for the young man from the North Coast. And Trev, the Archerfield specialist, inherits the lead. Nathan Smee from Matty Smith back to Michael Kendall. Travis Mills finds himself in the top 4, and Dylan Menz hot on their hammer.
Rusty Whittaker unfortunately broke the brake hose off the front caliper. No brakes.
Come on, you can drive them without brakes. 39 laps to run. Nathan Smee says, righto boys, let's go. Let's get this 80th run. Smee goes to the top. They are ripping the lip on the top side of the racetrack. Kendall setting sail after the leaders. Here comes Mills from another postcode. Slide job on the 35. Kendall comes back underneath. Smee leads Matty Smith out of turns 2 and down the back straight. Kendall's got a tail tank full of Mills. Everybody's starting to find some rhythm. Mills again, another big dive bomb on Kendall. Great battle for 3rd and 4th. We go back to Dylan Menz, Caden Brown. Have a look at Smith trying to put speed to the sword. Action aplenty for Speedway Australia TV. Smee and Smith swapping positions. Here comes Smith again. Slide job heaven. Smith can't get the job done as Smee puts his foot in the bucket. Smith again, these two champions trading positions lap after lap. Smith again, this time gets in the wheel tracks of Smee. Down the back straight, Nathan Smee leads. Matty Smith, Kendall's hanging on to third. Charlie Brown's out with a flat right. At the stripe, it's Smee, Smith, Kendall, Mills, Menz, Caden Brown, Scotty Farmer, Robbie Farr, Matty Jackson, and rounding out the 10 is Brocky Dean. Caleb Mills comes to the infield. Still these two at the front trading blows. Matty Smith at the stripe, Nathan Smee on the bottom. Smith now down the back straight. Caden Brown slides up in front of Dylan Menz. Kendall now close to Smee. Smith, Smee, Kendall. Back to Mills. Caden Brown, Dylan Menz, Scotty Farmer. Robbie Farr watching all the action unfold in front. 31 laps to run on the 40-lap journey. And Matty Smith now has about 2.5, 3 car lengths over Nathan Smee down the back straight. Kendall right on the hammer now as Smee as he makes a little bobble on the exit to 3. Kendall right on him now as they come into 1 and 2. Smith leading, Smee and Kendall battling for second and third. Mills with the best seat in the house. Caden Brown now in the top 5. They've broken away from the rest of the field. We go back to Dylan Menz, Scotty Farmer, Matt Jackson, Robbie Farr, Brock Dean, Lockie Polger, Brendan Palmer, Casey O'Connell. Matty Smith showing them how it's done here at Brisbane at the moment. Smee only about 3 car lengths behind the leader. As they all fall down the back straight. Oh, one up against the fence.
Scott Farmer in the 22. Tried to do a big slide job on Dylan Menz and unfortunately backed it in too hard and just slid up to the wall.
The double deuce every Saturday night.
Farmer rejoins at the back of the field. Smith, Smee. I tell you what, Caden Brown's coming on strong. He's sitting in 5th spot behind Travis Mills.
Yeah, Travis Mills, best seat in the house. Lights go out. 28 to run in the 40-lap journey. The 80th running of the Midget Speedcar Australian title. Kendall right on the hammer of Smee. Mills gets underneath. Kendall side by side and Mills moves into the top 3. Coming from position 6, the Victorian, the V10. In the top 3 here in Brisbane. Down into the 1-2, they are ripping the lip as they come out of 2 and down the back straight, a heap of speed. Into the 3-4 turn, everybody finding some real estate. Caden Brown puts a move on Kendall. Kendall going backwards at the moment. Oh, hopefully the Gremlins haven't turned up in the Toyota engine again. At the stripe this time by with 25 to run. Matthew Smith leading this one. Nathan Smee, Travis Mills, Caden Brown, Michael Kendall, Menz, Jackson, Farr, O'Connell, and Lockie Polger now in the top 10. Smith looking comfortable. 3 car lengths at the moment over Smee, back to Mills. Caden Brown now with the best seat in the house in 4th. Kendall still in the top 5 at the moment. Great little battle behind between Dylan Menz and Matty Jackson. Robbie Farr now starting to come on. The N62, the Super Sub. Listening to the roar of 340 horsepower. Everybody finding some real estate now. Lockie Polger has got a little bit of business to take care of as Travis Mills tries to put Nathan Smee to the sword out of 2. Caden Brown does the big dive bomb from Manoa. Gets the job done and the pup moves to the top 3. Smith, Nathan Smee, and now Caden Brown in the top three. The V97, he talked about it last night. He set the car up for a slick race surface and is making the charge. Has come from deep in the pack, now finds himself in the top three. 19 laps to go in the yellows, Trev. Far side, it's Robbie Farr.
Yeah, Farr. Brown. His dad's been on the spanners all weekend. And the pup is now in P3. 20 to go, Macca.
We go, hammer down. Great shots from Speedway Australia TV right around the world. And Kendall all of a sudden comes back to life in the Botcher Race Parts 35 machine. Goes to the bottom side of the racetrack, catfishes on Mills. Can he get the job done coming out of four? No, he can't. Travis Mills, plenty of horsepower in the V10, pulls away and goes back to the top of the racetrack. Matty Smith doing a beautiful job leading Nathan Smee at the moment. Caden Brown just popping the front wheels off the ground on the entry to three. Comes out of four and sets sail after Nathan Smee. Travis Mills a little closer this time. Oh, it gets a little untidy. Dylan Menz gets all caught up. Couple of cars sliding through underneath. Up against the fence, Troy Ware. Menz gets underneath him and Brocky Dean trying to kick the door open as well. Meantime, back up the front. Smee getting closer to Smith. Smith pulls away. Caden Brown now right on the hammer of the 14. Still Travis Mills with the best seat in the house. The top four have broken away from Kendall. We go back to Matty Jackson, Casey O'Connell, Brendan Palmer, Dylan Menton rounding out the 10, Troy Ware. Smith, Smee, Brown and Mills. The show is in the top four at the moment. 14 laps to run. Once again, Smith just banging down the cushion here at Brisbane. Smee now, a couple of car lengths behind. Brown getting closer to Smee and Mills. Right in the gun sights of all three. Getting closer to Brown as he exits two. Starting to drop Kendall off now. The top four in a freight train. Underneath the tower, one more time with 12 to run. We're almost home. Kendall, Matty Jackson, O'Connell back to Ware, Brendan Palmer, and Scotty Farmer. That rounds out the 10. Everybody in a rhythm now. Smee getting closer to Smith. It's almost go time with 10 to go. It'll be this time. Oh, Smee! Smee up to the fence and over. Something broke on the EMI number 14 and sent him to the fence, Trev.
Yeah, that is an uncharacteristic accident for Nathan Smee. You never see him do something like that. As you say, Macca, something must have broke on that car.
He climbs out. Brisbane makes some noise for Nathan Smee. A sensational weekend for Nathan. Oh, that'll be disappointment. The car was strong, just keeping an eye on the replay. And it just turns right. It will not go around the turn. Up and over. Once again, oh, he clips the wall. We go back a little bit further. He's clipped the wall coming out of two and was a passenger. We just go back one more time. He comes out of two. We go forward, gives the wall a kiss there at the pit gate. And he was a passenger to the wall, Trev.
Yeah, broke the steering after he clipped the fence. And as you say, was never going to make the turn when he got to three. And he just hung on. The pup now moves up into second spot. What has he got for Matt Smith? Travis Mills will now be in P3. Kendall out of four. But Smith has looked good ever since he got the race lead, hasn't he? No, competing for the rest of the weekend, and right now is 2 spots off a podium finish.
11 to run. Let's kick the firewall and get this one finished. Matty Smith doing a sensational job and pulls away from Caden Brown down the back straight. Travis Mills under fire from Michael Kendall, but sorts it out and finishes up there in third spot as they come onto the front straight. Have a look at Casey O'Connell now. Wants to challenge Matty Jackson, and here comes Troy Ware. Up on the top side, trying to rock the S71 machine. At the stride, Matty Smith, Brown, Mills, Kendall, Jackson, and here they come. All starting to bunch up. Ware, O'Connell and Farmer. Scotty Farmer, a sensational drive from the back of the bus.
The O'Connell machine's developed a backfire.
Caden, the car didn't want to turn. All of a sudden it comes to life out of two. Smith doing it beautifully, ripping the lip in the N70. Wasn't even keen on having a run yesterday. Now leads the 80th Midget Speedcar Australian title here in Brisbane. Travis Mills knows it's go time. Almost down to the final 5. 6 laps to run this time by. Smith, Brown, Mills, Kendall. Here's the battle between Jackson, Ware and Farmer. Everybody getting in where they fit in at Brisbane. Nose to tail, it's a high-speed freight train. 5 to run, almost home. It is now or never for Brown. Smith, at the moment, looks the goods. Matty Smith leading the way, yellows. Oh no, Scotty Farmer. After all the hard work, Trev. And it all comes undone for the likeable Kiwi.
Yes, unfortunately, Farmer stopping over there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. And his race will finish on the infield.
Grandstand finish coming up, Trev.
A shame. 5 laps left. Matt Smith, Caden Brown, Travis Mills, Michael Kendall, Matt Jackson, Dylan Mentz in the top 6. Sorry, that's Troy Ware.
Those damn 71s.
Yeah. Oh, look out.
A little
brake testing.
Yep, brake testing going on with 5 to go. It is go time. Let's get it home this time around. Smith, Mills up on 2 wheels. That allows Kendall to get close. Can Michael Kendall get it back on the podium? Goes deep into the turn. Tries to check Mills up. Mills comes back underneath. And Travis Mills hangs on to 3rd at the stripe. 4 to go. Smith leads Brown. Matty Jackson, big slide job. Comes undone. Comes to the infield. Oh, clobbers the tyre. At the stripe, Smith leads. Brown, Mills, Kendall, Ware, Brock Dean, Brendan Palmer, Dylan Menz, Lockie Polger. 2 to go. We are almost home. We are almost about to crown a new Australian champion. Up on 2 wheels as he comes out of 2. Matty Smith. Doctor's jacket, the linen flies. 1 lap to run. Brisbane, prepare to make some noise as Matty Smith down the back straight underneath the Rockley truck parts sign for the last time. He'll come out of 4. Make some noise for your new Australian champion, Matty Smith. Caden Brown home for second over Travis Mills. Michael Kendall, Troy Ware, Brock Dean, Dylan Menz, Brendan Palmer, Lockie Polger, Robbie Stewart, and Darren Dillon, the last to finish. Wow! What a 40-lap feature, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for your new Australian champ, Matty Smith. On the way, Trev.
What a drive from the man in the N70. Cars will have to go to scales, of course. But preliminary results will put Matt Smith as the new Australia 1. Subject to weigh in. Caden Brown in second spot, Travis Mills in third. That is your podium. As the drivers make their way to the infield. And onto the scales. Matt Smith bringing the Gavin Oldback owned Precision Air N70 straight up onto the victory lane. Never mind about going to the scales.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your new Australian Midget Champion, make some noise for Matty Smith. Holy dooly. For a young bloke that really wasn't in the mood to be here for the Australian title, has absolutely come out and crushed them. We have had everything for that 40-lap feature. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the podium underway as he congratulates the crew. What a fantastic night. Have you enjoyed it, Brisbane? Thank you very much for coming out. Home in third place. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the likeable Victorian Travis Mills. Oh, Squiz, we talked about it yesterday and we said anywhere in that top six was going to give you a 1 to 3 chance.
Yeah, I'm bloody stoked. I've run fourth in this Aussie title 3 times, so to finally crack the podium, it's been an awesome weekend for us. I cannot thank my team enough. We've had to call on everyone to give us help with the 2 cars this weekend, but everyone that's helped us out, our major sponsors, Dutton Garage, Dutton One, Redline Engineering, all our other partners, just can't thank them enough. My family, they keep letting me chase this dream of one day maybe being 2 steps better than this, but I think just to reward them with a top 3, I'm wrapped.
Absolutely brilliant, mate. Let's thank the sponsors very quickly.
Yeah, look, Dutton Garage have been with us a long time. Clinton, who owns the team with us, my cousin, has brought Dutton One to us, and they've just been unbelievable over the last 6 or 8 years, probably longer. So all our major sponsors, Motorbiz, Dutton One, Redline Engineering, Cars for Us, Tompkins Motorsport, Auto Mega Warehouse, Synergy Painting Group, awesome.
Make some noise for third place, Travis Mills.
In second place tonight, driving the Dutton Garages, Rondalee Metal Fabrications, TFH V97. Put your hands together for Caden Brown. There you go, mate. Congratulations on your second place tonight. Mate, the man behind you here, this thing, just a little too quick. You had a couple of chances at restarts, but just too good.
Yeah, starting from grid 10, I was just ready to pace myself for the first 20, and we were really good. I think the car made me look good. On the restarts, the right rear was going down a bit, and it got a bit sketchy in that top side. Had a couple of bikes up there, so I was trying to cheat the cushion a bit, and that just wasn't the fastest way around. But I didn't know. I was trying to bide my time because Matt got tight every now and then. I could get on, not on his bumper, but a bit in a car length. But I knew from that far back I wasn't going to be able to clear a slider, and I would have lost all my momentum. But from 10th to 2nd in Australia's best competition, I'm wrapped.
Mate, obviously a lot of people to thank for this weekend and that have had a hand in your career so far.
Oh, exactly right. Without my family, my friends, my crew, sponsors, I wouldn't be standing up here, and I wouldn't be in that midget, that's for damn sure. So first and foremost, I can't thank my dad enough. Not many people know this, but we had a pretty big wreck at Eastern Creek during practice, and the car was in a bad way, and I went off to the chili bowl, and Dad worked hard in the heat after work every night, getting this thing back together. So without him, he's the heart and soul of me and my team. So can't thank him enough. And then my mum and my sister, they're my number one supporters. They tell me when I'm going bad, but they sure do tell me when I'm going good, which is awesome. And then my crew chief, Brad, he's a legend. He gets his car perfectly all the time. We struggled a bit last night and early tonight, but he worked his ringer out with Dad, and they got the car really nice. So can't thank them. Then all my sponsors, Brett Diesel Thomas from TFH, I know they're here watching, so it's awesome to have them here. And then Clint Mills from Dunn Garage, he's another big supporter of mine, and he's here with Travis and Caleb Mills, so it's cool to have him here. Then the rest of my sponsors, C&H Trucking, Carbon Concepts, United Truck Parts, Ronda Lee Metal Fabrications, and Fine Line Fabrications, and then Jamie McKinley, he's here, too, with Nathan Smee, and he's given us a Ripper GID Chev. It's definitely an improvement for last year, so... And then I can't thank my pop enough as well. He's probably watching back home in Melbourne, and he builds this immaculate piece, and it helps me get up the front. So without everyone, I wouldn't be here.
Mate, congratulations on your second place tonight. Well said, young man.
Thank you. Also like to thank Darren Allen. He's been a crew member for us every time we come up to Queensland. He's a vital part of our team, so I can't thank him enough as well.
Well done. There he is, second tonight, Caden Brown.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he is the 21st New South Welshman to win the Australian title, this time the 80th Midget Speedcar Australian title. Your new champion, make some noise from Matty Smith. I won't stand on the applause, brother. We joked about it yesterday. You weren't keen. There was no way you even wanted to be here.
Nah, I said last Friday I was about 3% keen to come here, but Gav, after multiple calls after him being at the pub with Mickey, finally talked me into it. So, yeah, a bit of bribery went on, but we're here, we won, so that's good. It's good to get Gabby's sort of first Australian title. You know, this is sort of the first Australian title we've really been to, but it's good to get him one, and yeah, sort of the only thing I've been missing. You know, got one up on you now, Brown Dog. Brown Dog, are you listening? Anyway, Brownie hasn't won one of these, so it's just an extra one. But I really got to thank Gavin and Rebecca Allback for putting this car together, and I guess giving faith in me to come and drive it. All the boys for coming out, like I said, Flinny's birthday. All their sponsors, Precision Air Services, and everyone else on this car. Got to thank my dad for dying on this motor and getting it running again. All the boys for coming out, Mickey, Robbo for coming down, Morris, you know, my wife Jess. Got to do another shout out to Pippa, who's watching at home, and yeah, all the CrossFit guys that will be hanging one of these checks up there. We had a bit of a joke while we've been away, and I said if I came here and won, I'd be doing that. So we'll see how it goes.
And the secret formula is pina coladas.
Yeah, go on holidays for a month, eat and drink as much as you want, and then rock up here on Friday at 2 o'clock.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, mate, I'll tell you what, you drove faultlessly all weekend. This thing was just railed up right from the get-go from the 40 lap. Around the outside and away you went. Weren't ever faulted, and the track was sensational.
Yeah, normally at the start of a 40 lapper I won't start throwing slide jobs on someone, but we were just sort of faster than Nathan there at the start, and I just wanted to, get clean air, and you can run your own race from there. So, yeah, I don't know how clean or dirty or what they were, but I was just trying to, not throw them in on him too hard. Like, it's third lap in, I don't want to take either of us out. But like I said, I got to thank Gav. He's really got this thing hooked up. Like I said, we tried something, the pole shuffle didn't work, so we just kind of went back to Old Faithful, and yeah, here we are.
No pina coladas in the pit area, but I'm sure there's heaps of beers. Ladies and gentlemen, come down and join him in the pit area. Make some noise for your brand new Australian champion, Matty Smith. Congratulations, brother. Absolutely brilliant, and we'll see you down in the pit area very shortly.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, thanks to all the crowd for coming out and watching, and yeah, hopefully see you at the next one.
Let's hope so. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we bring a close to... Oh, sorry, one more thing before we go, Matty. Just want to call Michael Hardis up before we go any further. Have a look at this. You get to go home with this beautiful national ring. Mate, that is sensational.
Yeah, I just also like to thank the Queensland Club for all the work they've done this week, with Michael, Gary and Caitlin going around doing all the grid draws and stuff like that. So, without these people, you can't get these events to happen. So, no, thank you to all of you and the whole committee. Well done. Congratulations, Michael, on a very successful meeting.
No, it's all Gary and the QSRA committee that helped and put it together. The ring's on behalf of the Speedcar peers, the drivers, and that's one that takes very hard work to get, as you see tonight.
The 80th running, Trev, is in the books. Matty Smith goes in as the new champion.
Yeah, absolutely. On our driver introductions at the end of it, I said, you're relaxed and you're smiling.